Welcome to I Heard This Happen, the segment for aging hipsters. Each week we scour Bandcamp for underground new releases to wow your teenage children. So without further ado, here's new music. So, this week on I Heard This Happen.
Yeah.
What do you got for me, Liz?
I have a band. You know how they say, like, don't judge a book by its cover?
I'm dying inside waiting for her to say this because it just makes me happy
And I
to
guess
hear.
possibly you're not supposed to judge a band by its name, but this one was, like, really amusing, and I couldn't kind of pass it up because I'm a sucker for a clever band name. It is a record called Schlock Value by a band called Harmonica Lewinsky. And
We can just stop right there. Do I need to even talk about the
right?
record? Like
You already
Harmonica Lewinsky?
want to look the freaking thing up, but because and honestly, at that point, all you have to do is not be fun enough. I mean, as a music to not let your name down, and they totally accomplished that. I kind of felt like they reminded me of like the B-52s surf rock kind of thing, music wise, and then their vocals are kind of more of a Ramones, slightly growly, sort of punky thing. The songs that have vocals.
It's lo-fi garage punk for sure.
I mean, it's basically that. It's an EP because we all know I like them short and sweet. And came out November 16th. And it's hard to pick a freaking favorite. I like Naughty List and I like Gringo Grind, which is mostly instrumental, but it's surf rock. And I love me some freaking surf rock. And again, the name sells this. I mean, what are you going to do? What do you got?
Okay. So, mine's actually like a week older than it should be.
All right, whatever.
Came out November 9th. But I couldn't not talk about it. So this guy, I think, like, I've known about him for years, and he's no longer with us. He passed away last year. So this is a posthumous record. The album is Black Velvet by Charles Bradley. Okay?
Uh-huh. And what did we realize? We were familiar with Charles
I mean, I'm
Bradley
familiar with Charles Bradley from lots of stuff.
Oh, okay. For me, it was just one other thing.
People now would probably notice him if they've watched the Netflix TV show Big Mouth.
Okay.
He does the soul cover of Black Sabbath's Changes.
Oh, good God.
They use for their...
That is a heck of a cover.
It is. He's fantastic. And the guy has a kind of an amazing story in and of itself. Like, he was a James Brown impersonator. Like, dude kind of grew up in, like, real poverty and stuff.
Yeah.
And it being an overly douchey guy, I'll say, his voice kind of leaves some things to be desired as far as, like, pitch goes.
Okay.
But he makes up for it, and just you can't listen to the guy sing without feeling tons and tons of feeling. Like, there's so much emotion. And
yeah, he, like, literally, his soul is in his voice when he sings
absolutely
soul music.
And apparently
It's
his
crazy.
soul has been stabbed.
It's been through some you'd imagine.
Yeah. A few fun places you can look him up. He played the Krampus
Yes, that's what I know him
from American Dad.
I know him from
And,
playing the Krampus.
dirty ass Sheila left him in Baltimore, not a dollar to his name.
Sheila.
Yeah, I don't know who Sheila was. She sounds like a bitch, though.
It was freaking hilarious. Anyways.
Yeah, but anyways, the album Black Velvet is very, very interesting, and it's different than a lot of his previous work. It's kind of, I guess it's an album they'd been working on for a couple years before he passed away. I want to say it was like cancer or something, too.
That's just...
Well, I mean, the dude never got famous.
Thing,
He was
exactly. Like,
until he was 60s.
You grind for your whole life, and then you just, like, finally hit it, and then, yeah.
Well, I mean, he wasn't a musician, I don't think, for a long time.
Well, no, I get it. He was just trying to survive.
Just some fucking black dude.
Yeah.
The couple interesting things in this particular album, they have Stay Away, a Nirvana cover, which is super interesting to hear Nirvana done as like a soul song.
That would be interesting.
And then the same rate, they also have Heart of Gold by Neil Young.
Wow.
which it's good. It's not my favorite track on the
Yeah.
record, but it is a good track.
I have the feels when I listen to that song when Neil Young sings it, so I can only imagine.
What are you imagining?
I'm imagining all the feels.
I guess.
But
So,
anyways.
honestly, like, and the thing that really surprised me with this record is it's got like the song "Love Jones" on here, which it's almost kind of hip hoppy.
Okay.
It breaks a little bit with like the solid soul attack that he takes at most of his music. Probably because it's something that was done after he died.
Interesting.
There is one song that's an instrumental that he's not on, which is performed by, I think it's Black Velvet, performed by his band without him, and it's just he died before he got a chance to lay a vocal track on it. So, but if you want to listen to a whole lot of pain in somebody's voice, this is definitely a record to listen to. So, anything else we got worth mentioning on the old release front?
There was something you wanted to mention, I thought.
I always want to mention something. What I would like to mention, actually, is that, if you're a libertarian musician out there, I am absolutely ecstatic every time I get somebody who sends me some music of theirs that they want me to take a look at and kind of help spread the word, because I mean, I preach it up and down on the show. This whole thing is about community, and I want to, help our people. You hear me on other podcasts, I'll go nuts about how we all need to keep everything in-house and support our own.
You get your soapbox out and stand on it and everything.
This past week, I actually got some really good music from a listener.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. Once it's actually out and we can talk about it.
Yep, I can't say too much about it, but I wanna be not saying too much about other people's records also. So if you're working on something, don't be bashful.
Yeah.
So, moving right along. Hey, all you curiosity-driven libertarian audiophiles out there. Hope you're enjoying the show. But how would you like to become a bigger part of the Sounds Like Liberty community? By joining the Freedom Choir. So head on over to patreon.com/SLL podcast. For just $1 a month, you can get exclusive merch and a warm, fuzzy feeling that my daughter is not going to starve because of the podcast. For $3 a month, you get all that, plus bonus content and access to the Freedom Choir Facebook group. For $6 a month, I'll write you a personalized song about a topic of your choice. I don't see us stopping making the show because I like the sound of my own voice too much, but head over to patreon.com/SLL podcast and see what the Freedom Choir has to offer you.